Hey guys, I got a lot of sun today. I was out there with, so this morning I played football. We had a great game. We smoked the other team. I got to leave early so that I could get down there with Lindsay and help her out with what was going on with the pedophilia and sex trafficking. So that was nice. Lindsay did an amazing job. There were about I would say probably about 100 people. About 100 people showed up, which was great. So we did that. We marched. I was the only speaker. So the other two speakers bailed on Lindsay. So I hope I did a good job. Everybody said I did a good job. But it was so awesome seeing everybody there that, Stephanie showed up and Jen showed up and Rob showed up and Joe showed up and Bill Northcutt showed up. And and then all the new people that I was able to meet today. So great, great, great protest. Great rally. Thank you to Spot Coffee for doing an incredible job hosting it. And then I made sure that we all went in after the fact. And we, as many people as we could to patron there. They did allow us to be in front of their store. So a lot of people went in. And it just, guys, it was a passionate group. An amazing group of young men, young women, older women, that this cause meant the world to them. And a lot of people are just upset about the fact that, this, just how long that has been that people have been trying to dismiss that cause and discredit it. And now you've got the media out there trying to dismiss and discredit it again. They've got an entire campaign against this. And that means that these people are complicit. It means that these people are helping, aiding, and assisting and abetting the individuals who are perpetrating these crimes against humanity and our children and our women. And why is that? What are they gaining from it? So, great protest. We marched. I spoke for about 15 or 20 minutes. It's probably a little longer. You know me, I'm always talking longer than it. The time, the clock in my head just goes a little bit slower. I think it's not as long, but I try to keep it moving and I try to keep it succinct. I'm trying to be a good orator and keep things moving along and on a pace and a schedule. But we marched around Elmwood, and we had a lot of support. We marched down to Broadway, or excuse me, Bryant. We marched down to Bryant. We marched down to Delaware, up Delaware, back down Cleveland, right, and then we finished at Spot Coffee. So Lindsay set up a beautiful route, just a great route. Like I can't tell you how impressed I am with her and what she's done with the group. So people were very encouraged. They liked the energy. They liked the chants that we had going on. The kids were great. Everybody had their signs, and the signs were beautiful. Like everybody had a sign, which was amazing. And it was apolitical. We had a couple of guys that had the American flag, which is absolutely what they should be able to do. But nobody came with Trump flags, which was great, and I appreciated that. Nobody was like, Dem suck, lib. It was everybody across the board, which was great. Definitely a very unifying issue. And I think we called attention. The nice thing was that I networked with a bunch of people, a bunch of young individuals, a bunch of women. There's an attorney that I'm going to reach out to because we need that kind of help. We know that. And it was great. And we finished up. And then I had a few people, I told everybody, I said, hey, if anybody wants to talk to me and sit down and talk to me, I did. Tina, she spoke to me a little bit. Jen spoke to me. And then I had Kristen and her daughter. They spoke to me afterwards. So it was great. And then there was somebody there who interviewed me. He's trying to start a YouTube channel or whatever. So we shared a lot of information. It was good. It was very good. Very informative. We picked up some really nice suggestions from everybody on what we could do and learn how to be better at the next protest. So I hung around with Rob and Joe Palladino. We were sitting down and we got some lunch and I got a hot tea. I needed that. I need to hydrate now. Like I need to hydrate bad right now. So somebody meet me at the Cove. I'm going over to the Cove from 7 to 10 to watch a band, and I'm going to relax and chill And then I got to go play football again tomorrow, but there's no protests. So on my way back, I was gonna go and take a nap because honestly, when I'm yelling like I'm yelling at these protests, and my voice isn't too bad. You guys can tell my voice isn't as bad as it normally is, but um, it kicks the shit out of you. And then I got to run back and forth, trying to make sure everybody's safe and doing the route. But the girls, Kristen, who was up in front with her girl, they were dressed in red. They were awesome. I could tell they were badass right away. And it was great, but it kicks your ass. So, about 3:30, being out in the sun and everything else, I'm like, man, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to the Cove tonight, but I'm going to sit down, I'm going to crash, and I'm going to take a nap for like a half hour. And then I take a look at my phone. And then I take a look and I see that Sean Kimmel, ooh, sorry, I should have said that. He's a jerk. I love him, but he's just too smart for his own good. And he's in a bunch of bands. I love him to death. And he owns his own company, a plumbing company, and he's doing a great job with that. But I get a text, and it says, calling all patriots. Sorry for the group text, but East Aurora Antifa is mobilizing, or Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, but everybody's white. Everybody's white, but it's Black Lives Matter. They're all dressed like Antifa, but it's Black Lives Matter. I think there were a total of 4 people that were black, and I was able to speak with most of them. So and we were able to find some common ground. So I came down here. I'm like, I really want to go for a nap, but Sean's called me, and I gotta get over there. So I drive over, and I post up, or I see where the Patriots, they're posted up, and whoa. Like, God love them. But guys, where are the 20, 30, and 40-year-olds? Sean Kimmel, where were you? Where were you? I didn't see you anywhere. Calling all Patriots, calling me. So I'm like, man, everybody is like, seriously, 55 and older, holding flags. So I look over, and we're behind Vidler's in the parking lot. And I see the group of Antifa, and I see the group of Patriots, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to do any good with these Patriots, so I'm going to go walk over to Antifa, and I'm going to have a conversation with them. So I go over, I stand my ground, and make my presence known, and all of a sudden they start getting antagonized, and I engage one of them. I engage them singularly, because if you engage them in multiples, you're never going to get anything done. And I try to choose the individual that seems to be the most balanced, that you can actually engage in a conversation, maybe come to some common ground. So in the process, I was over there, and a lot of people were very agitated, and you had the old white guys, and you had the old white Karens there, ready to set everything off. And I just disengage them. I don't pay attention to them, and I engage the individuals that you feel like you can make some ground with. So I ended up standing there, and I got to tell you what, East Aurora law enforcement, East Aurora PD, incredible job. They had no backup. They had no Erie County sheriffs. They had no state troopers. They had no feds at all. They had nobody there helping them out. And the group was small. The Antifa group, there were a few agitators. There were some very, you can always tell the agitators from the very beginning. And I wish I would have taken video, but I really couldn't because the role I was trying to play. So there was maybe 100 people, and they were older people, they were kids, so it wasn't really going to be a serious issue, but there were probably about 20 people that could have potentially been a threat, agitators, and they could have incited violence. So I'm engaging them, I'm talking to them, and I'm letting them know, because they're like, can you say Black Lives Matter? If not, you're a racist. And it's all the standard narrative, right? So I engage them, and then they're going to go out and they're going to march. So I'm going to march with them. And I don't know where the rest of the Patriots are. They're all 55, so they're all posted up at their cars. So me and East Aurora PD are the only ones walking with them at this point. So we're trying to make sure traffic is able to move because that's what these people love to do. They love to block traffic, and that's like they get off on it. So we were able to keep them corralled for the most part. East Aurora PD, I got to tell you what, they hopscotched one after they leapfrogged one after another street masterfully, and they were able to redirect traffic away from the group because at that point the group was large enough where they were able to impact traffic, but not for very long because it was only about 100 people. And I think that the group that organized, they were pretty disappointed. But I had a few people that were engaging me the entire time, which was fine. That was my whole goal and objective, was to get them to be distracted so that I was occupying their attention so that law enforcement, could do their job and, make sure. And I didn't engage them. Every once in a while I would have a conversation with one of them. They're like, "You want to suck dick or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go. You want to go back to my place or yours, Oh, you got real pretty eyes. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. You got a thick neck." I'm like, "Oh man, that means the world to me. Thanks, guys." So, just having fun, just antagonizing and just, really having fun. But it's funny because at the beginning I was able to connect with some of them and I was able to actually get them to see that there's more common ground than there's opposing ground. So, I think the sun started getting to everybody and, everybody started getting real edgy and agitated and they were kind of blocking traffic a lot. They blocked the traffic circle, but I think it started, it's like 6. I think the whole thing kicked off. I got here about 22, so probably about 4:15. So it probably lasted maybe an hour and a half in main streets there. I stood in front of the one vehicle that was driving down. It was a black Chevy Suburban, and employed their tactics that they were doing, and he tried to run me over. He tried, but it was so funny because there was this guy on a bike, one of theirs, and the truck actually hit him. So the bike, and he was one of the biggest agitators. He was just one of the biggest assholes there. He got hit by his own guy. The guy only nudged me, so it wasn't bad. He wasn't going to run me over. But he hit his own guy. Guy starts freaking out, doesn't even realize it's his own buddy that hit him. They're just such idiots. Like, they really are. Like, guys, I get in there because I want to see exactly what the capacity and capabilities of these people have. They have some very rudimentary guerrilla tactics that they're organized with, and there's not much more than that. And law enforcement knows they're supposed to stay disengaged, but at any point they could arrest anybody that's stepping out of line. Most of the people that are in these groups, they don't want to step out of line. But like I said, there's about a fifth of them, about 20% of them do, and that's kind of what I'm seeing, and that's what I saw when I was down at Lafayette Square. So, it was uneventful. They didn't, the protesters, they didn't riot, they didn't loot, they were mostly peaceful. They were just using the megaphone, and it was good. So, the funny part was Mike Segul and Desiree, who I got to meet. They marched yesterday, and they had about 64 people out at the march, which was the biggest one that they had. So they were very grateful that everybody showed up. But they were there, so I was like, "Holy shit! I get to meet you guys. You guys are doing a great job." So I met them. I met a lot of East Aurora law enforcement. They were great. They were all very appreciative of everything that I was there and trying to help them with. So they did a great job. But getting to see Mike and then the Patriots came out, the older Patriots, and I'm like, holy shit, where are the young people? Am I like the only one? Come on, So, but it wasn't bad. There was only 100 this time. It wasn't like there was 1,500 like there were the last time. And then there was a small confrontation at the end between the Patriots and between the Antifa. And it lasted a little bit of a standoff, probably about a half hour. And then everybody disengaged, and they went about their business. And there were like the 6 real big antagonists that were a part of the group that they were sticking around. So everybody kind of kept an eye on them. So that's been my day. just another day. But anyways, it was a good day. I don't know. Sean should have been here. Other people should have been here. I guess the thing that, I take a look at are that, why aren't there more people out, fighting and supporting? And then it makes me wonder, it's cost me a lot, I ask myself, is it worth it? Is it worth being out there and, the Antifa, I forgot to tell you guys this part. So Antifa thought that I was undercover cop. They thought I was a Fed. That was the greatest friggin' part. They're going, our attorneys, we got your picture to the attorneys. So I'm known. My cousin sent me a picture and said, be careful, watch your back, because these people got an eye out for you. Okay, great. That's fine. Let's go. Give me a reason. Just give me a reason. And so anyways, but they thought I was a Fed. They thought I was an undercover Fed. They go, we can't, because I was telling them the stories about being victimized by police, but all police aren't bad, sharing my stories and everything else, and about how I play football in pretty much all black league down in the city, and how people call me racist. And I tell my teammates that, they look around, they go, Pete, you've been playing in these leagues for 25 years, and you're telling me you're a racist? They're like, you're token, dude. You are literally token. They're like, take a look around here. There are like 3 white guys. And I'm like, well, honestly, guys, I don't even know that I'm white, so I don't think I'm token, because it just doesn't matter. At this point, I just see you guys all as brothers and family and sisters, and I just love every one of these guys. I love every one of you guys. I know people say it, but, these Antifa, they were calling me a racist. And they were calling me just a dumb hick and everything else. So I started to engage them. And I'm like, do you know JFK Field? And I tried to have a conversation with them. And do you know what happens there Saturday and Sunday? And none of them did. They're all suburbanites. They're all white suburbanites. Like, it was a group of 100. There were 5 or 6 black people. That was it. And they were mixed. Like, clearly mixed. Like, all my buddies would be calling him light skinned. Ismail makes them look absolutely white. Made them all look like they were Eskimos. Seriously. And I love Ismail. It's so good to see it, Ismail. I love it when you watch. But guys, Ismail is doing great work. Operation Haiti is his group. So if you ever get a chance to like that page, he's, trying to educate. And the work that he's been doing down there for 10 years is just amazing. He's a hero. He's a true hero. And I love the work that he does, and I love the passion that he has. But Ismail, you would have made their black people, you would have made them look like Eskimos. And they were all mixed. They were all suburbanites. Antifa, that was it. And they're like, you don't care about Black Lives Matter. I'm like, all right, guys, let's go down to JFK some Saturday or Sunday, and why don't you all come down, and I'm going to wait for you guys to watch me engage with every single brother and sister that I have down there. Every single one of them. And then I'm going to let you call me a racist in front of them. And then I'm going to laugh my ass off when they kick your ass. All the black friends that I don't have. We have hundreds of people down in the city. I have thousands of people that I've met through these leagues. I go anywhere in this city, and it doesn't matter where I go. I meet somebody. I know some Pete. Every girl that I've ever dated has been. Is it everywhere? Everywhere we go, we hear a Pete, and I'm proud of that, because it means that I've done something good. I've touched people in a good way. That I'm not a total dickhead and douchebag. So. I would love to see that. I would love to see them come down there and say, you're a racist. I just laugh. And every one of my friends would laugh. But getting back to what I was talking about. So they thought I was a Fed, which was great. Let them think I'm a Fed. Let their attorneys think that I'm an undercover Fed. I mean, that's amazing, right? I mean, look at the kind of power that wields. And if they're watching this, guys, it's a psyop. I really am a Fed. I'm just saying I'm not a Fed. So I just got to mind mess with them a little bit more. But anyways, but The disheartening thing is this. The disheartening thing is that there's so few people that are willing to step up. And, these people that are stepping up are leaders. That's what I'm trying to encourage with everybody. Speaking to a couple of the younger people, some of the women that came in, some of the people that came in from Rochester, I'm like, friend request me, message me again and again and again, because I get so many messages from Messenger, and I'm only one person. I can only do so much, but I will impart all the wisdom that I have upon you from all these groups that I work with and all the things that we do wonderfully, so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, so that you, instead of starting from ground zero, you can start at the top of the skyscraper, and then you can worry about buying a helicopter and take off and soar from there. Use everything. Use all the information. I don't care. Make your group great. Be a leader. And that's what I try to do for everybody. I'm like, you don't have to follow what I'm doing. You don't have to, follow what we're doing, but be a leader. And I'll give you all the tools and all the resources and all the experience and all the expertise that I've acquired through my years. I'm not going to give you my years. Dwayne, how you doing, buddy? I hope your fundraiser kicked butt. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it. I triple booked. There was Marching Patriots, there was you, and then there was my friend who asked me over for dinner, so I had to go over there. It was pork chops. Pork chops and pasta. So I know you can appreciate pork. I know you can appreciate a good meal, Dwayne. I know you can. You look at me, I can appreciate a good meal too. So I'm sorry I missed that. I really wanted to be there. So the next one, I will make sure that I can be there. But and thank you, Dwayne, for everything that you're doing and trying to make the Libertarian Party mainstream, and I think that you're doing a wonderful job. Dwayne is one of those guys, everyone, that you should follow him. Do everything you can to help him, because he's got a great vision for what this country could be, and he's got a great vision for what this area could be. He's got a great mind, he's got a great sense of politics, and he's only going to get better. So if you don't follow him yet, make sure that you do. So that's what I try to do. I try to create leaders, because having leaders out there means that you have people that believe in themselves. And having people that believe in themselves is invaluable. Having people that have strength and they become charismatic and they become somebody that instills confidence in other people, and they elicit these emotions and this passion to be able to follow them and do great things. There's so many people right now that are doing that out there. Jill is doing that. Stephanie Locklear is doing that. And, Nancy Orticelli's been doing it. Devin Ruzinik and, Dwayne with the party, and Steve, and the attorneys, Jim, all these people have been doing a great job. But getting back to what I was talking about, that definitely gets disheartening when you go out there and you know that there should be 1,000 people. It gets disheartening when you go out and you see 5 people or 10 people, and you wonder, is the fight worth it? You wonder, why am I doing this? You wonder why I'm going out there and fighting as hard as I am. Does it even matter? Who's it benefiting? Do the people that you're fighting for even care? And I'm not sure, but I know I'm a fighter. So I know what's right, I know what's not right, and some of what this group was marching for today, Antifa, some of what they stood for was right, and I agree with them. I agree with the criminal justice reform, and I agree with law enforcement reform, and I agree with tearing down the establishment. You guys know that. Those are things that I agree with. But I don't agree with their measures. I don't agree with their tactics of terrorizing people. I don't agree with their tactics of locking down traffic. I don't agree with their tactics of intimidation and harassment and false accusations. And a lot of these people are mentally ill. And now I may be mentally ill. I'm sure there's a big part of that, and I've definitely exhibited and demonstrated some of that. But I try to be balanced for the most part. I try to be composed, and I try to embody and exemplify and personify things that people can stand by, that people can respect, that people can get behind. And I try to be that person, and I try to diffuse, and I try to de-escalate, and I don't try to engage unless I absolutely have to. But I don't know that in my mind I'm ever going to disengage. I really don't. It's too important to me. And even if it's just important to me, I know it's important to other people too. And even though I know that some people can't come out, for whatever reason it is, I'm going to be there fighting for them. So those thousands and thousands of people that are in their 50s, their 60s and their 70s, or they have families, or they're members of law enforcement, or they're an attorney and they have an image, those are the people that I do it for. So even though we don't have the big numbers out there representing us, which would be amazing if we did, but I do it for all you guys. And then, that's enough. That's more than enough. Getting the support that you guys give me on a constant basis, on a daily basis, the love, the nurturing, the affection, it's amazing. And it just makes me feel so, so good that you guys are always there for me, supporting me. It's great having that kind of family. And, down there today with, the child trafficking, that's what I'm all, you guys know if you've been at a protest with me, I try to make it about family. I try to make it about unity. I try to make it as togetherness. I try to make it that we're all one and don't be divided, and take the opportunity to get to know people that are at these events, because that's a tremendous opportunity. Talk to people that you wouldn't ordinarily talk to. I didn't have to stick around afterwards, but there was Christina, she needed somebody, and she's going through a world crap, and I think it's Lizzie Harding, who I got to get in touch with her too. She's dealing with, and Natalie, Natalie's dealing. We're all dealing with so many bad things that Antifa actually represents some of what we believe in and some of what we're looking for. The tactics aren't the same, but I guess sometimes maybe they have to be. But I'm starting to realize what I mean to other people, and I don't always know that. I just don't see what other people see. I just go out and I do my thing because I've always been doing my thing. I've always lived my life the way that I live my life. And I don't do it for notoriety. I don't do it for recognition. I don't do it for a high. I do it because somebody asks me, Pete, I need you. I'm there. And it doesn't matter who it is. Lindsay and I, we just met. But she needed help. And she's fighting a fight. Sean today, he needed help. And he's fighting a fight. He wasn't here though, so pretty shitty. I'm gonna give him hell. Believe me, I'm gonna give him hell. He owes me like 5 drinks tonight at the club. I don't even drink 5 drinks. I drink like 2 drinks, maybe. And they're fruity. And they're both fruity as hell, so. But he owes me some drinks, I'll tell you that. So that's why I do it. I do it for all the people that can't be there. That want to be there, but they can't. All the people that want to fight, but they can't. But I tell you, it would be a lot nicer if we had more people show up. But at the same turn, the number of groups that have started is absolutely incredible. And how many people have become and ascended to leadership positions. In these leadership positions, they're taking roles that they are impacting the real world, their sphere of influence. And what happens then is it extends outward. It radiates outward. That radius extends and increases, and it gathers up in the web more and more and more people, which is a beautiful thing. But we need more. We need more people, guys. So whatever you can do to help, whatever you can do to contribute would be amazing. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go have a good time. I'm going to do a little bit of dancing tonight at the Cove. I got the same clothes that I had on this morning. Well, I'm going to end it on this, all right? So I was marching, and then I had to run, right? I'm trucking, and I got done playing football, and I had some of my oatmeal. I didn't even have all of my oatmeal, and I drank all my water. My water's all gone. Water's gone. I got like this stupid ass sugary drink from Spot Coffee that seemed like a good idea at the time, but was just bad decision. Bad life decisions, poor life decisions. That was one of them. But, what was I talking about? Oh, shoot. Oh, so yeah, I got soaked and I wore a white shirt. So I'm trying to iron. Like, I'm trying to iron this new blue shirt, so I'm not wearing the same shit that I'm always wearing, right? And I go to iron, and my iron screws up everything. It gets all sticky. I'm like, rah! I'm trying to leave in time for football and everything. So I wore the same white shirt, busted, that I wore the other day. And the one girl comes up to me. She goes, I didn't know we were having a wet t-shirt contest today. I had no t-shirt on underneath. My nipples are showing. It's probably clinging to my back and everything else. So I'm sorry to everybody that had to witness that. I apologize. That was not the intention. When I go to these protests, I never know what's going to happen. When Gina comes over and says, Pete, you're on, you're up. I'm like, wait, what? And like today, Lindsay, there were going to be 3 other speakers. And Lindsay's like, and then she goes and she starts introducing me. And I'm like, wait, she's not talking about me, because wait a minute. Now I thought I was the closer. Now I'm the opener and the closer. God. But I never know how these things are going to go. I really don't. I truly am winging it. I try to get my thoughts formulated beforehand, but it's all good. So next time I'll wear a white shirt, and maybe that's incentive enough for you guys to come out to see the wet t-shirt contest. So, but you guys have a great night. All right. I love every single one of you guys. I love seeing you. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your evenings. Hey, if you're in town and you want to come out and you want to have a drink, come out to the Cove, 7 to 10 tonight. I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to be there a little bit longer. Jen, it was awesome meeting you today. It was really nice seeing you. It was great. I got to meet Jen. She was amazing. So that was really, really cool. Great seeing you. But if you guys want to come out to the Cove, I'm dancing tonight. I don't know if it's going to be alcohol-induced or if it's just going to be me dancing, because usually it's just me dancing. But I love you guys. If anything happens, if Antifa jumps me tonight, oh, God, I pray for, I want them to. I actually kind of secretly want them to. But if Antifa jumps me tonight, that's going to be cool. But anyways. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys over at the Cove. If I don't, enjoy your evenings. Loved all the people today helping at the protests. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for all the Patriots over in East Aurora. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.